Hey guys, back here today again working on this old 48 Chevy truck. And well, we got the motor, the short block put together. I'm still waiting on some parts for it. I'm waiting on the camshaft and I think some other stuff I can't remember. But anyhow, I want to start getting this frame ready to start putting this body on it. So let me go over something today that you guys may or may not know anything about this, but when you convert a 48 to 54, whatever it is, Chevy truck, and you want to put an S10 frame under it, one thing you want to hang on to, you want to hang on to your cab mounts that come with the S10 truck, okay? So my truck was an S10, it was an 88, an 88 S10 I should say, and so I saved the mounts like it. They're kind of grungy looking, but the good thing is since they're up underneath the truck between the cab and the frame, they don't usually get too bad. But let me show you a little trick that I figured out today, trying to clean these things up, make them look nice. So let me show you a couple tricks on cleaning these up and getting them ready to paint, all right? So here, let me just show you these two. These two are the front two mounts. Let's kind of get down here a little bit so we can see what's going on. All right, there's the old 350 over there sitting on the stand. There's old bear dog standing around looking confused as usual. All right, so these are the two front mounts, right? Now you can see the one on the left here, I've cleaned it up. It looks a lot better. The one on the right's kind of grungy. But let me show you something I figured out cleaning these up today. All right. So first of all, I recommend you, hold on a second here. First of all, I recommend you go to Harbor Freight. You get one of these wire brush kits. It's got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 brushes in it, and they're like, I think $5 or $6. They're not that expensive, but I got the biggest one out of there, as you can see, and they work really well for cleaning stuff up. So these mounts, they get a lot of dirt and crud inside of them, and it's hard to get in there. So let me show you guys something here. Hopefully you can see this okay. So if you take the mount and you clamp it so this inner surface is in the clamp like that. And when you clamp one side, it pushes this outward and allows you to get down in that little groove down in there to clean it out. Let me show you. So if I put it in the vise, and then I start squeezing the vise together. See how it's spreading out here? There you go. Yeah, see how that, I'll zoom you in a little closer so you can see it better. There you go. See how it's spread out right there now in between the metal here and the rubber biscuit there? It spread out a little bit. So now I can get in there and clean that crud out of there. And I usually just take a scraper like this, and I just get in there and see all that junk coming out of there, and you can tap on it like this. I don't know how much of that you guys can see coming out of there. There's quite a bit of it coming out of there. But you know, this thing it's an older mount, so it's got dirt and some rust and stuff in it. But you can see a good amount of crap coming out of there. See that? But this allows you to clean it out on the inside, so when you're driving your truck down the road and you park it somewhere, you don't have a bunch of crap dropping on the ground every time you park it. So I just tap on it like that, and then I'll scrape it too if I need to on the outside to clean it up. Get some of that crud out of there. It gets a lot of crud in there over the years, you know. Dirt and mud and rust. And there is some of the metal on this that's rusted, but I don't think it's going to hurt anything because once I put it on the truck, I'm going to tighten the bolt down and it's not going to move. So, all right, and then once I'm done with that, I just take my wire brush on my, I like electric drills because they turn a lot faster than a lot of cordless drills do. And cordless drills have gotten to be so bad over the years. They used to be great to have when they first came out, but they're just such poor quality. And of course, the manufacturers aren't smart enough to make parts interchange from one model to the next, so you don't have to buy a whole drill, you can just buy new batteries. But they don't want to do that. They want to force you to buy a new drill every 2 or 3 years because the batteries go dead. So I'm done buying cordless drills. I'm not going to buy any more of them. I'll just use a corded drill. You know, I'll have a cheap one if I have to do something that I don't have a cord access to, but I like corded drills anyhow. They're a lot better quality and they last a lot longer. Plus, you don't have to buy batteries for them. So scrape all that goop and crap off there, and then you just take your wire brush. And you unclamp it, rotate it around a little bit. Now it's spread out again. So again, I can take my scraper and I can scrape some of that goop out of there. I can also kind of bang on it, get all that junk to fall out of there. Get all that loose scale and crap, you know. This will make your mounts look a lot better when you're done with them. I mean, you can go, I don't even know if you can buy body mount, new body mount bushings for an S10 or not. I'm kind of doubting you can, but I don't know. I mean, these are mostly rubber. They got a little bit of metal in them, but they're mostly rubber, so you know they'll stand up. I mean, you don't have to have anything fancy. They'll work fine. All right, let's clean it up with a brush. I don't really press super hard when I'm in here because that's mostly rubber and I don't want to, you know, burn the rubber up. So I just kind of put my brush in there and clean it up best I can. You can also kind of tap on there like that. See that junk falling out of there? Once you get it broken up, it tends to fall out of there pretty easily. This truck had some undercoating on it, and there's some on the motor, on the body mount right here. So that's one reason why that truck was in such good a shape for as old as it was, because they had, whoever bought it had an undercoat at some point. One of the previous owners did. I'm assuming probably back when it was new, because the undercoat looked like it was probably factory undercoating, or it had been on there a long time anyhow. So. There we go. Get that all cleaned up. All right. I think we're I bet you, well, no, I forgot to clean up with a wire brush, didn't I? Hold on. Hold on. look, that came out of there. Yeah. There we go, that's pretty clean now. And this piece, it didn't come out on the other one, but it came out on this one. It goes right here. So now that that's happened, I think what I might do here, I think I might go to the hardware store and try to find me a big flat washer that I can just set right there like that and peel that out of that one. I already peeled it out, but try to get this piece out of the other one as well, and just get me a big flat washer that I can set right here to take the place of that, because that is pretty rusty. So I'm not too impressed with that. But if I get a big flat washer, the rest of this thing's in really good shape. It's dirty and it's old, but it's, you know, the rubber's actually still pliable in it, you know, so it's not bad. I've seen a lot worse. Now let me take this one here. Now that that's happened, let me take this one here and see this piece here is part of the rubber. It's actually, the rubber's melted around it, so it's kind of stays in there. This one here does not want to come out. I don't think so. Hold on, let me grab a screwdriver. All right. Oh, man. Boy. All right, guys, I had zoomed in there kind of close, but you're still able to see that. So I zoomed out a little bit. So I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to see if I can get this metal piece out of it, because it's in better shape than the other one was. It's not broken in half, but it may be stuck in the rubber too. I don't know. No, it's not. There we go. So that's what that looks like. You guys can see that. It's just a piece of metal. Got some rubber out here, but again, I can take a flat washer and put on this and get it to set down in there, and it'll work great. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave that out, because that's kind of nasty looking. So I guess now I'm gonna have to make a trip to the hardware store, try to find myself some great big washers. To put in there to replace those pieces with. But that's all right. I didn't realize that came out so easily. I would have taken it out to start with. I'm learning just like you guys are. All right, so that one's the same way. It's cleaned up. That looks pretty good. So again, I'm just gonna get a big flat washer. I may have to modify it to fit the hole in it to fit this, but I can modify it. That's no big deal. And just get one that's, you know, this big around and make it fit there. And then that way we'll have a new piece on the bottom there. All right. Now let's look at the rear cab mount bushings. They look to be in, they look to be in better shape than the front ones were, I think. I won't know for sure until I get them apart. And of course that's tapered, so it's harder to clamp it in a vise. All right, let me see if I can clamp it down there. let's look at this. You know, these here are just really just all rubber. They don't have any metal in them. So I guess I can get, again, I can get a flat washer and clean all this junk out of here. See all that loose stuff in there? I need to get a razor blade and trim some of this rubber away that's kind of hanging out where it doesn't need to be. Clean all this crap out of here. See if I can use my knife. There we go. Oh yeah, now that I've trimmed that out, see all that crap that come out of there? Yeah, this one. That helped a lot. Clean that up. But you know what? I just thought of something, guys. Let me look at something here real quick. I think maybe Russ D. Oh, look at that. Okay, that all comes apart. I can clean that up. I think Russ D might have solved this problem. Let me look and see here. Hold on a second. Let's see if this one comes apart too, which I'll bet this one comes apart as well. Let's clamp it in the vise this way. I bet we can get it to come apart as well. I don't know for sure, but I'm thinking we can. Said I'm learning this just like you guys are, so. Oh yeah, look at that. There we go. Learn something new every day. No big deal. Yep. So once you take that metal piece, I mean the back ones aren't that way, but on the front one, once you take this metal piece off, see that? You can pop that out. Now I'll clean that all up, get all the crud and stuff off of that. I'll clean that all up and that'll look good. Then I can clean these up and paint them and yeah, they'll look nice. Cool. So now I just need to take this and this. Well, I was gonna say I need to take it to the hardware store and get a flat washer for it, but let me check something here. Russ may have solved this problem for us. I don't know. Now we can clean those up and paint them and they'll look nice. All right. So this is the cab mount that Russ gives you. This cab mount has got a series of holes here. So depending on the ride height you want your truck to be is where you drill or where you mount these on the frame, okay? So it just depends on where you want it. But if you look, there's a hole there. Let's look and see. I still need to paint the inside of these. But I think this, and that's a little loose. But the truth of the matter is, once I put a bolt in here and I tighten it down really tight, that's not gonna move. I kind of wish these holes were a little smaller. They're really bigger than they need to be. If they were about 1/4 of an inch smaller than what they are, then that would help a lot. But even if I buy a washer and put a washer in here, it's not really gonna help anything because I've got this big chunk of steel right here for these to ride on. It is kind of nice though, because with the hole being a little bigger, once you get the cab set on the frame, you know, you have a little bit of movement that you can move it around to align it center on the cab and front to back. You know, you can move it this way, you can move it that way. So that's nice. And one thing, I don't know what he's got for this side. But I think once I put a nut and a washer on here, or a bolt and a washer, whichever, yeah, I guess I'd probably put the bolt through the floor from the top and it would go, the bolt would come through here, and I put a washer here. I think once I put a washer on this and I tighten this down real tight, it's going to spread this rubber out, and it's going to basically keep this thing from moving around. But the good thing is, before you do that, you got a little bit of play, so you can move that around. See that? So I can move that around. That's nice. Okay, cool. All right, I learned something new today. Again, like I told you guys, I'm learning how to do this just like you guys are, if you're watching this. So I'm just trying to make these videos to help you guys. But Russ does a really good job of making these mounts fit these trucks. Now, I need to clean that stuff up, but that's just rubber. I can clean that up pretty easily. All right, so I guess I need to clamp this one in there and disassemble it as well. No big deal, we can do that. These are harder to get out than the rear ones are, I can tell you that much. They're definitely in there pretty tight. And when you come back with this and you put it back together, you can always glue these in if you want to. I don't really think there's a need for it because they fit pretty tight. But, so there you go. So now I can clean those up. Yeah, that one's got quite a bit of gunk on it. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a bench grinder and clean these off. You know, you don't want to put a lot of pressure on, just enough to kind of clean the rust and stuff off there. But you don't want to use, not a bench grinder, a bench grinding wire brush, I should say. So I'll clean them up with that, see how they look. Okay, so now we got that one. And you can see, this is what I was talking about. This is what I was trying to get out of there to start with. See all that crud that was under there? So I'll get something and I'll clean that up, and on the inside I'll use one of my different wire brushes or something. I don't know. Let's see what we can do with it. Might as well do it while we're here, right? Might as well. Clamp it so it's right at the top of the jaws of the vise, so I can get down in there. Now, this is going to be a little bit difficult because it's going to want to rotate. Oh, see that? Yeah, it wants to rotate. So that's going to be somewhat difficult because this isn't flat, it's kind of angled. So it's hard to clamp it in a vise and get it to hold. And I don't want to smash it, obviously, so I can't just, you know, clamp down super tight on it. Basically just chipping away the loose rust in there. Yeah, see all that? That looks a lot better. There we go, we got a little more out of there, see that? And of course I dropped my screwdriver. All right, I don't think I got a wire brush I can get down in there. But I mean, that rubber piece is going to go in there. So this doesn't have to, you know, be spotless or anything. Man, you're just looking to clean it up and get the, you know, the heavy rust out of it, any scale that's in there, whatever. Using a screwdriver on it works pretty good. Getting that loose stuff off. That looks a lot better. And we'll clamp it back in here if it'll stay. Take a wire brush. There we go. Yeah, that looks a lot better. I can put some POR 15 in there and seal that up and keep it from rusting anymore. So yeah, there's that mount. That looks pretty good. All right. Okay. So we got a couple more to do here. I'm going to go ahead and do this one the same way I just did that one. There we go. Now you could always take these and if you got a bead blaster, you can bead blast them. You know, there's different things you can do to make them look better. But again, the inside of this, you're never going to see it because it's going to have that rubber biscuit in there, so it doesn't really matter. I'm just trying to get the heavy scale and rust and crud out of there, so when I POR it, it'll look a lot better and stick a lot better. All right, there's that one. Let's see. This is our rear one. The inside of it actually looks pretty good. I'm not too worried about it. I am gonna clamp it in here. And this one here's got like more of an angle on it, so clamping it in there is even trickier. There's that side. And now before I do the other side, I'm going to do the other one because I want to clamp onto this and it'll bring them jaws in quite a bit. So let's do this one first. That way we're at the same spot on the vise. Okay, I got to get this rubber piece out of here. That comes out super easy. See that? Look at that. That looks. This is a 1988. What's that? 12 and 24, 36. These things are 36 years old. Look at how nice they look. That looks almost brand new. That's amazing. All right, let's clean this one up real quick on this side. Okay, now we'll turn them over. All right, there we go. I don't know what your body mounts look like on your S10, but I think this one here, this truck here must have been a low mileage one because these are actually in really good shape for being, what did I say, 36 years old. or 46 years. All right, let's clean this one up. There we go, there's that one. All right. Okay, there we go. So I figured out today how to take these apart, clean them up, and so there's all four of the metal pieces. They all look good. I'll lay those out in POR them now, put POR 15 on them, and they'll look real nice when I'm done. I'll probably do a little bit more cleaning on them, but I'll get a hand wire brush and clean down these grooves down here. But yeah, they look pretty nice. So that's those. Then we got these rubber biscuits. They call this a biscuit for some reason, but it kind of looks like a biscuit, I guess. But you know, these rear ones look to be in really good shape. These front ones, I mean, they're a little rough, but they're not bad at all. I can clean them up, make them look a lot nicer. So I'm going to clean those up, and I'll let you guys know how I did that when I'm done. But I'm sure you don't want to sit and watch me clean rubber all day long, because I got to figure out how I'm going to clean them. So that's what that looks like, and I'll get these cleaned up and then we'll get them painted. And that way you can use your S10 body mounts for your 48 Chevy truck, whatever year it is. All right, guys. Appreciate you watching. Bye. For now. Hey guys, back here today. So yesterday I was doing a video of these mounts, trying to get them cleaned up and stuff. And after I did the disassembly of them and showed you guys how to clean them up, well, then I needed to paint them with POR, and then I realized that I got a whole bunch of other stuff I needed to paint too. So I just went ahead and painted it all. And if you guys remember my video, my short video, if you saw it, of all the parts that I bought about 3 or 4 weeks ago for Bo's truck, I spent several hours cleaning all that stuff up yesterday and painting it. So let's take a look at it real quick, and then we'll look at those motor mounts too. Or motor mounts, not motor mounts, the body mounts, sorry. Okay, so I got Bo wants power steering, so I got a power steering box off an S10 at my house that was, well, not at my house, it was down the road from my house. And then here's the sway bar, because this truck, this frame, when I got this frame, when I bought this, you know, this started out as a complete truck, it did not have the sway bar on it, so I bought a sway bar from them guys, and there's the sway bar end links. I went ahead and cleaned those brackets up and coated them. There's a transmission linkage for his transmission, and I had, these are the body mount brackets that I'm going to bolt on the frame here pretty quick, and that's what the cab mount brackets. So that the cab mounts to those, and these sit on top of those. So anyhow, after I got done talking to you guys yesterday, I took these rubber biscuits and I took a screwdriver and I scraped off all the metal that was stuck to them. And then I just took them into the sink and scrubbed them with hot water and dish soap in my hands. So now I can assemble them. And like I said, they're in really good shape for being the age they are, 36 years old. I can't complain. So there's those mounts. They look pretty nice. Now, you know, they're going to sit on these on these body mounts, they're going to sit like that. And once I tighten down the bolts, the metal here will push down probably to that metal. So they should look real nice. And I got brand new 7/16 bolts to hold them on there. So once I get the body set on the frame here, well, I got to put these on there first. Once I get these brackets mounted to the frame and get the cab set on the frame, then these will be sitting between the cab and those mounts there. So that's how all that works. So anyhow, like I said, I wanted to show you real quick what I did yesterday, because it turned out to be a long process, especially cleaning that steering gear. It's got a lot of, nooks and crannies in it, so it took me quite a while to clean that up. This sway bar was really dirty. It took me a while to clean that up, but I got everything cleaned and painted now. So I was hoping I could get these brackets put on. Hold on a second. I was hoping I could get these brackets put on the body here yesterday or today. And the reason I was hoping that is because, if you guys remember, about this time last year, I went down to Kissimmee, Florida, to the Mecum auction down there, and I made a bunch of videos of all the really cool, nice cars that they have down there that I can't afford, and probably most of you guys can't afford either because they're so expensive. But we're headed back down there tomorrow morning, early in the morning. We're going to leave early in the morning and head down to Kissimmee, and we're going to go to Mecum again. So I'm going to take my camera and my selfie stick, and I'm going to make more videos of the Mecum stuff. So if you like that stuff, subscribe to my channel and stay tuned, because I guarantee there's going to be some absolutely gorgeous cars down there for you guys to look at, and you're going to love it. So come on down to Mecum with me tomorrow. We're going to go. We're not going to go tomorrow. We're going to go Thursday and then Friday, and I think we're coming back Saturday. So come on down with me to Mecum and in Kissimmee, Florida, and look at the, probably a few $1 million cars down there. Any of you millionaires, probably not, but probably ain't no millionaires watching my channel. But anyhow, come down with me to Kissimmee and check out the cars at the Mecum auction. And when I get back next week, I'm gonna do another video today. We got the camshaft in for the 350 engine, so I'm gonna do an unboxing video on that and do a comparison. I had somebody suggested I compare the new one to the old one so you can see the differences. And so next week we're gonna finish putting this engine together, get it together, and then we're gonna start putting this body on this frame and get this thing together. So let's get her done. So I appreciate you guys watching, and stay tuned, and next week we'll be back on this truck. But for now, we're going to go to Mecum and look at the hot cars down there that I can't afford, and maybe you can't either. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.